Chosen one, your suffering is officially over for good. Listen closely, because if you let this pass by, you may miss the very moment your life begins to turn, in a way you have been praying for in silence. I am speaking to you now because your suffering has reached its final boundary, and it will not follow you into what comes next. What you have endured was never meant to be permanent, and I am ending it with a finality that no force can reverse. Stay with these words because they carry the shift you have been waiting for, the relief you have begged for, and the peace that has felt just out of reach. You are not at the edge of more pain, you are at the end of it. Type Amen in the comments, not as a habit, as the moment you receive what was just declared that the boundary has been reached. And what comes next is different. I am telling you plainly so there is no confusion in your heart. The season of suffering you have walked through is closing completely, not slowly fading, not returning later, but ending in a way that marks a clear before and after in your life. The weight you carried, the nights you cried, the silent battles no one saw, all of it has been seen by me, counted by me, and now it is being lifted by me. This is not a temporary break or a short moment of relief. This is a decisive turning point where your story begins to change direction. You are stepping out of endurance and into restoration. You have wondered why it lasted so long, why the answers delayed, why the pain seemed to stretch beyond what felt fair. I was shaping something deeper within you that could not be formed in comfort alone, and I was protecting you from paths that would have broken you in ways you could not recover from. What felt like abandonment was actually preservation, and what felt like silence was careful preparation. Now that the work within you has reached completion, the suffering has no purpose left to stay. It is finished because the reason it existed has been fulfilled. Before you go any further, press the like button, not as engagement, as a quiet act of faith, because what is being spoken over your life right now deserves to be received with an open heart. You are not imagining the shift you feel. There is a real change taking place around you and within you at the same time. The heaviness that once followed you is losing its grip, and the resistance that slowed you down is beginning to break apart. I am removing obstacles that once stood firm, and I am opening doors that once seemed sealed. This is not coincidence. This is my hand moving deliberately in your life. There were times when you believed you would always carry this burden. You adjusted your expectations, lowered your hopes, and prepared yourself to live with less than what your heart truly desired. But I never designed your life to be defined by struggle. I allowed the season, but I did not assign it as your identity. Now, I am restoring not only what was lost, but also the belief that you are worthy of peace, joy, and stability. Type 777 in the comments. 7 is the number of divine completion. 777 is the declaration that what God's hand has been doing in your life has been deliberate, not accidental, and that you received it. I know how deeply the suffering affected you. It touched your confidence, your relationships, your sense of direction, and even your faith. There were moments when you felt disconnected, unsure if I was still near, unsure if I still heard you. Yet, I was closer than ever, holding you together when you felt like falling apart. I carried you through days you do not even fully remember, because your strength alone would not have been enough. Now, you are entering a new phase where you will begin to feel lighter in ways that surprise you. Things that once triggered pain will no longer hold the same power over you. Situations that once drained you will no longer affect you the same way. This is not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because I am strengthening you and changing your environment at the same time. You are being repositioned into a space where growth replaces struggle. Type 1111 in the comments. 1111 is the portal number, the threshold into the new phase. Type it as the declaration that you are crossing through it. You will begin to notice small signs first. A moment of unexpected peace, a situation resolving without conflict, a new opportunity appearing where there was once a dead end. These are not random events. They are confirmations that your suffering has ended and your restoration has begun. Pay attention to these moments because they are building blocks of the life I am unfolding for you. I am also removing people and patterns that were tied to your pain. Some connections cannot follow you into this next chapter because they were connected to a version of you that no longer exists. Do not hold on to what I am releasing, because what I am bringing in will require space. Trust that what leaves is making room for what belongs in your life now. There is a calmness that will begin to settle over you, not the kind that comes from temporary relief, but a steady peace that remains even when things are not perfect. This is my presence becoming more evident in your daily life. You will no longer feel like you are constantly fighting to stay afloat. Instead, you will feel supported, guided, and protected in a way that allows you to breathe again. You are not returning to the person you were before the suffering. You are becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. Type this in the comments: I am not who I was. Not as a goodbye to who you were, as a declaration of who you are becoming. The pain did not destroy you. It refined you. And now that refinement is becoming visible in how you think, how you respond, and how you move forward. The end of your suffering is not just about relief. It is about transformation. It is about stepping into a life where you are no longer defined by what hurt you, but by what I am building through you. Someone is still inside the fire right now, not on the other side of it, inside it. They cannot see the refinement yet. They only feel the heat. They are in the season that yours just completed, the one where the suffering has not yet reached its final boundary, where the shaping is still happening, where the purpose of the pain has not yet shown itself. They have not heard yet what you just heard, that the pain was not punishment, that the silence was not abandonment, that the season had a completion point, and the completion point is real. This message exists to reach them before the fire convinces them there is nothing being formed in it. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, a seed planted here is what carries this word into the middle of someone else's refinement, into the specific night, when the suffering feels like it has no end, and the person inside it is closest to stepping out before what it is building has finished forming. As you give, bring with you the moment you thought the fire would never end, the specific season where the suffering felt permanent. Place it inside your seed. Trust that the same God who brought you to the other side is moving on the timing of theirs. What I am praying over every seed, the season still in progress, the one where the person inside it cannot yet see the difference between punishment and preparation. The night closest to giving up, when the refinement feels indistinguishable from destruction, and the decision to stop trusting feels like the only reasonable response. The wound that has not yet been told its purpose, the pain that is still asking why, that has not yet received the answer that makes it make sense. The deepest fear inside the fire that the suffering will not end, that there is no completion point. That refinement was a story told to people whose pain eventually stopped, and theirs will not. Stop holding your hands closed, waiting until your own restoration is complete before you plant into someone else's, measuring the seed against how much you still need. Holding back until the fire is fully behind you is the very thing that closes the loop between what you received and what someone else is still waiting for. Your seed is not given from the end of your suffering. It is given from the beginning of your restoration, and the difference matters. This is the beginning of a new chapter that carries peace, clarity, and direction. This is not something you forced or learned overnight. This is the result of what I have been doing quietly inside you all along. Your spirit has been strengthened in ways that are now becoming visible in your daily life. What once felt overwhelming is now becoming manageable, and what once felt impossible is now within your reach. I am not only ending your suffering, I am rewriting how you experience life itself. The fear that once held you back is being replaced with a quiet confidence that you may not fully understand yet. You are starting to trust again, not blindly, but with a deeper awareness that you are not alone in anything you face. I am guiding your steps, even when you cannot see the full path ahead. This new strength is not loud or forceful. It is calm, steady, and unshakable. There were times when you felt like giving up, when the weight of everything became too much to carry. You kept going even when you did not feel strong, even when your faith felt fragile. That perseverance was not unnoticed. Every step you took forward, no matter how small, was part of the journey that brought you to this moment. Now you are seeing the reward of that endurance, not in a sudden explosion, but in a steady unfolding of peace and clarity. I am placing you in situations where you will begin to feel valued again. You will encounter people who see you differently, who respect your growth, and who appreciate the depth within you. This is not by chance. This is intentional. I am aligning your life with individuals and opportunities that reflect who you are becoming, not who you were when you were hurting. You will no longer feel out of place in your own life. Your mind is also being renewed. The negative patterns that once repeated themselves are being replaced with thoughts that bring calm and direction. This change is not forced. It is natural because it is rooted in the work I have already completed within you. You are not trying to become better. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. There is a healing taking place that goes deeper than what you can see. It is reaching parts of you that you thought would always carry pain. Old wounds are closing, not by being ignored, but by being fully restored. You will begin to remember your past without feeling the same hurt attached to it. This is how you will know that your suffering is truly over, because it no longer controls your present. I am also restoring your sense of direction. There was a time when you felt lost, unsure of where your life was heading. That confusion is being replaced with clarity. You may not have every detail figured out, but you will know the next step. And that is all you need. I will guide you step by step, leading you into a future that is stable and fulfilling. Opportunities that once felt out of reach will begin to appear in ways you did not expect. Doors that were closed will open, and paths that seemed blocked will clear. You will not have to force these changes because they are aligned with my timing. Your role is to remain open, to move forward with faith, and to trust that what is coming is meant for you. You are also being protected in ways you may not fully realize. Situations that could have caused harm are being redirected, and outcomes that could have led to more pain are being changed. This protection is constant, even when you are not aware of it. You are not walking into your future alone. You are being covered and guided at every step. Your relationships will begin to reflect this new season. The connections that remain will grow stronger, deeper, and more meaningful. The ones that do not belong will naturally fade away without the same level of conflict or confusion. This is part of the cleansing that comes with the end of your suffering. Your life is being simplified so that you can focus on what truly matters. There is also a restoration of joy taking place within you, not a forced happiness, but a genuine sense of lightness that comes from knowing you are no longer carrying the same burdens. You will find yourself smiling without a clear reason, feeling grateful in moments that once felt ordinary. This joy is a sign that your spirit is healing and that your life is shifting into something new. I am also renewing your hope. The dreams you once put aside, the desires you thought were no longer possible, are being brought back to life. You will begin to see that what you hoped for was not wrong. It was simply delayed. Now that the season of suffering has ended, those dreams have space to grow again. Someone is in the middle of the silence right now. Not the end of it, the middle. And they are reading it the wrong way. They are interpreting the delay as distance, the quiet as evidence that heaven stopped listening, the unanswered prayer as a verdict that nothing is coming. They are about to make a permanent decision based on what the silence looks like instead of what it is doing. This message exists to reach them before they step out of what the silence is still preparing. through the link in the description or the pinned comment, a coffee, a donation, or a seat. A seed planted here is what sends this word forward into the specific midnight when the silence feels like abandonment, when the person on the other end of an unanswered prayer is closest to concluding the wrong thing. As you give, bring with you the season of silence you have been in, the specific prayer that has not yet received an answer, the specific door that has not yet opened. Place it inside your seed. Trust that the God who called the delay preservation is moving on yours too. What I am praying over every seed, the prayer that has been waiting the longest, the one where the silence has started to feel like an answer and not the one that was asked for. The season that made no sense while you were inside it, the one where the protection felt like punishment and the preparation felt like abandonment. The person closest to giving up on what the silence is still building, the one who needs to hear that the quiet is not absence before they step out of what it is shaping. The deepest fear beneath the waiting, that the silence is not preparation, that it is simply what was chosen, that the preservation is not coming, that the suffering was never meant to end. Stop holding your hands closed, reading the silence as rejection, measuring presence by how quickly answers come. Making permanent decisions based on temporary stillness is the moment the preparation loses the vessel it was preparing for. Your breakthrough is not as far away as the length of this silence has made it feel. You may still feel moments of doubt, and that is natural. But those moments will not control you the way they once did. You will recognize them, but you will not be defined by them. This is part of your growth. Everything that is happening now is connected to a larger plan that is unfolding for your life. The end of your suffering is not just about you. It is also about what you will be able to do moving forward. Your experience will give you a depth of understanding that will allow you to help others, to guide others, and to be a source of strength for those who are still struggling. You are not the same person you were before, and that is a good thing. You have been shaped by your experiences, but you are no longer bound by them. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is free, strong, and aligned with your purpose. This is the life that was always waiting for you, and now you are ready to live it. This calm is not something you created on your own. It is something I have placed within you as a sign that the storm has passed. You are no longer living in survival mode, constantly bracing yourself for the next wave of pain. The shift you are experiencing is also changing how you see yourself. You are no longer viewing your life through the lens of everything that went wrong. You are beginning to recognize your strength, your resilience, and the value that has always been within you. This new awareness is not pride, it is truth. I am allowing you to see yourself the way I have always seen you, worthy, capable, and deeply loved. Type 1212 in the comments. 1212 is divine alignment in motion, the healing happening beneath the surface, the parts of you closing that you thought would always stay open. 1212 is the declaration that you see it happening even before it is fully visible. You will begin to notice that your energy is returning. You will feel a desire to take action again, to pursue goals that once felt too heavy to even think about. This is part of your restoration. I am giving you back the strength that was drained during your season of suffering, and I am filling you with a new sense of purpose. There is also a clarity coming into your life that will guide your decisions. Where there was once confusion, there will now be direction. You will know what to walk away from and what to move toward without the same level of doubt. This clarity is not something you need to chase. It will come naturally as you continue to trust me. I am aligning your thoughts with your purpose so that your path becomes clearer with each step you take. You are also being released from the emotional weight of your past. There were memories that once held you captive, moments that replayed in your mind and brought pain with them. Those memories are losing their power. You will still remember, but you will not feel the same pain attached to those experiences. This is how healing works, not by erasing your past, but by freeing you from its hold on your present. Type 2222 in the comments. 4 confirmations. The emotional weight that is losing its power over you right now. 4222 is the declaration that the past is being freed from its hold on your present, and the next chapter has room to be. I am also opening your heart again. There were times when you closed yourself off to protect yourself from further hurt. That protection was necessary for a time, but now it is no longer needed. I am teaching you how to be open again without being vulnerable to the same kind of pain. You will be able to connect with others in a healthy way without fear controlling your interactions. There is a new level of peace that is settling into your life. This peace is not dependent on your circumstances. It remains steady even when things around you are still changing. This is because it comes from me, not from anything external. Your future is no longer clouded by the same doubts and fears. You are beginning to see possibilities where you once saw limitations. This is part of the vision I am giving you. I am expanding your perspective so that you can see beyond what you have experienced. Your past does not define your future, and your struggles do not limit your potential. You will also begin to experience moments of unexpected joy. These moments may seem small, but they will carry a deep sense of fulfillment. A simple conversation, a quiet moment, or a small success will bring you a level of happiness that you have not felt in a long time. This joy is a sign that your life is shifting into a healthier, more balanced place. I am also restoring your confidence in ways that will change how you move through life. You will no longer second-guess yourself the way you once did. You will trust your decisions, your instincts, and your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This confidence is not arrogance. It is a reflection of the strength I have built within you. There is also a sense of freedom that you are beginning to feel. You are no longer tied to the same patterns, the same fears, or the same limitations. You are free to make new choices, to take new paths, and to create a life that reflects who you truly are. This freedom is something you have earned through your endurance. And now, it is being fully given to you. I am also bringing balance back into your life. There were times when everything felt out of alignment, when one area of your life suffered because of another. That imbalance is being corrected. You will find that things begin to flow more smoothly, that your efforts produce results, and that your life begins to feel more stable. You are also being prepared for opportunities that will require this new version of you. The strength, clarity, and peace you have gained are not just for your comfort. They are for your future. You will step into roles, situations, and experiences that would not have been possible before. Now, you are ready to handle them with confidence and grace. There is a deeper understanding growing within you. You are beginning to see why certain things had to happen the way they did. Not everything will make perfect sense, but you will have enough understanding to feel at peace with your journey. Your life is no longer defined by struggle. This is the reward of your endurance, the result of your faith, and the beginning of something far greater than what you have left behind. You are entering a stretch of life where things begin to align without the constant struggle you once faced. It will not feel forced or rushed, but steady and natural, like something finally falling into place after being out of sync for a long time. The effort you put in will start to return results that feel meaningful and lasting. You will not need to fight for every small step forward anymore, because I am creating momentum on your behalf. This is the rhythm of a life that is no longer burdened by suffering, but guided by purpose. There is a quiet confidence rising within you that will change how you carry yourself. You may not speak it loudly, but you will feel it in the way you stand, the way you decide, and the way you move through your day. This confidence comes from knowing that you have survived what once felt unbearable. It comes from realizing that you are still here, still standing, and now stronger than before. I am anchoring this strength deep within you so that it cannot be shaken by temporary challenges. Type 1010 in the comments. 1010 is the number of a new beginning arriving on divine timing. The quiet confidence rising within you is not manufactured. It is the signal that the new season has officially begun. You will begin to notice that your reactions are changing in ways that feel almost unfamiliar. Situations that once caused stress will now feel manageable, and things that once upset you will no longer hold the same weight. This is because your perspective is being renewed. You are no longer seeing life from a place of pain, but from a place of healing. This shift in perspective will protect your peace and allow you to respond with wisdom instead of emotion. There is also a restoration happening in your sense of identity. The struggles you went through may have caused you to question who you are and what you are capable of. That confusion is being replaced with clarity. You are remembering your worth, your abilities, and the purpose that was placed within you from the beginning. This is not something new being given to you. It is something that was always yours now being revealed again. I am also teaching you how to trust again, not just in others, but in yourself. There were times when your confidence was shaken, when you doubted your decisions and questioned your judgment. That uncertainty is fading. You will begin to trust your instincts, to listen to your inner voice, and to move forward without constant hesitation. This trust is part of your restoration, and it will guide you into the next chapter of your life. There is a deeper level of peace settling into your heart. It is not loud or overwhelming, but steady and consistent. This peace will become your foundation, something you can return to no matter what is happening around you. It will allow you to remain calm in situations that once caused panic, and to stay grounded when everything around you feels uncertain. This is my presence becoming a constant in your life. You are also being freed from the need to prove yourself. There was a time when you felt the need to show others your worth, to validate your efforts, and to seek approval. That need is being removed. You will no longer feel driven by the opinions of others, because you will know your value without needing it to be confirmed. This freedom will allow you to live more authentically and to focus on what truly matters. There is a sense of renewal flowing through your life that will touch every area. Your thoughts, your emotions, your relationships, and your environment are all being influenced by this change. You will begin to see improvements not just in one part of your life, but across the board. This is because your suffering was connected to many areas, and now your restoration will also reach many areas. You are also being given the ability to enjoy the present moment again. During your season of suffering, it may have been difficult to fully experience joy or peace because your mind was focused on what was wrong. That is changing. You will begin to think about what lies ahead with hope instead of fear. The uncertainty that once made you anxious will now feel like possibility. You will start to plan, to dream, and to take steps toward goals that once felt unreachable. This renewed vision is a sign that your life is moving forward in a positive direction. There is also a strengthening of your faith taking place. What you went through tested your belief, but it also deepened it. You now understand in a more real way that you are not alone, that you are guided, and that there is a purpose behind what you experience. This understanding will stay with you and continue to grow as you move forward. You are also becoming more aware of what truly matters in your life. The distractions and unnecessary concerns that once took your energy are losing their importance. You are focusing more on what brings you peace, what aligns with your values, and what contributes to your growth. This clarity will help you make better decisions and create a life that feels meaningful. There is a balance returning to your life that will make everything feel more stable. You will not feel pulled in different directions or overwhelmed by conflicting priorities. Instead, you will experience a sense of order and flow. This balance is part of the restoration I am bringing into your life, and it will support your continued growth. You are also being prepared for a new level of responsibility that comes with your growth. As your life improves, you will be given opportunities to do more, to contribute more, and to make a greater impact. You are ready for this. Even if it feels new, the strength and wisdom you have gained will support you in these new roles. There is a deep sense of gratitude that will begin to grow within you. You will look back at where you were and see how far you have come. This gratitude will not just be for the good moments, but also for the lessons you learned along the way. It will remind you of your strength and keep you grounded as you continue forward. The instability of the past is being replaced with a foundation that is strong and secure. You will be able to create, to grow, and to move forward without the constant fear of everything falling apart. This stability is a sign that your suffering has truly come to an end. This trust will bring a calm assurance that allows you to move forward without fear. There is also a deep restoration happening in your sense of security. The instability you once felt made you question everything around you. From your path to your purpose, that uncertainty is being replaced with a steady foundation that cannot be easily shaken. You will begin to feel safe in your own life again. Not because everything is perfect, but because you know you are supported. This sense of security will allow you to build without hesitation. Type 222 in the comments. 2 is the number of partnership you and what God is building together. 222 is the declaration that you are no longer moving through your life alone. That intention has replaced survival as the thing leading your steps. I am also renewing your ability to dream without fear. There was a time when disappointment caused you to hold back, when you stopped allowing yourself to imagine something better because you did not want to be hurt again. That limitation is being removed. You will begin to dream again, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of belief. These dreams are not empty. They are connected to the future I am preparing for you. You are also being freed from the pressure of perfection. You will begin to understand that growth comes through experience, not perfection. This freedom will allow you to take action without fear of failure and to learn without feeling discouraged. Type this in the comments. My life is being built, not survived. Not because everything is fixed, because the posture has permanently changed. There is a new strength in your voice that will begin to show itself. You will no longer stay silent when something matters to you. You will express yourself with clarity and confidence, knowing that your thoughts and feelings are valid. This is part of your restoration, reclaiming your voice after a period of feeling unheard or overlooked. Your words will carry weight because they come from a place of truth. You are also becoming more selective with your energy. You will no longer give your time and attention to things that drain you or do not align with your growth. This is not selfish. It is necessary. You are learning to protect your peace, to set boundaries, and to prioritize what truly matters. This shift will create more space in your life for what brings you joy and fulfillment. There is a sense of alignment taking place within you that will affect everything you do. Your actions, your thoughts, and your intentions are beginning to move in the same direction. This alignment will make your efforts more effective and your progress more noticeable. You will not feel scattered or uncertain, but focused and purposeful. I am also restoring your ability to trust the process of your life. There were times when you felt impatient, when you wanted answers and results immediately. Now you are learning to move with patience, understanding that everything unfolds at the right time. This patience will not feel like waiting. It will feel like moving forward with confidence. Your relationships will continue to reflect this new version of you. You will attract people who respect your boundaries, who support your growth, and who bring positivity into your life. The connections you build now will be healthier and more stable. You will no longer feel the need to hold on to relationships that do not serve you. There is also a renewal of your inner peace that will become more consistent. You will wake up feeling lighter, go through your day with more ease, and rest without the same level of stress. This peace is not temporary. It is becoming a permanent part of your life. It is a sign that your suffering has truly come to an end. You are also being given the courage to take new steps. There will be opportunities that require you to move beyond your comfort zone. You will feel ready for these moments, even if they seem challenging at first. This courage is something you have developed through everything you have faced, and now it is being used to move you forward. There is a deeper sense of purpose emerging within you. You are beginning to understand that your experiences were not without meaning. They have shaped you in ways that will allow you to contribute, to help, and to make a difference. This purpose will guide your actions and give your life a sense of direction. The first breath after survival mode is different from every breath before it. When you were surviving, every breath was defensive, braced for impact, measured against what might be coming. This breath is different. It is not protecting anything. It carries a different weight. It comes from someone who knows what the other side feels like because they are standing in it. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, what you release from here reaches someone who is still bracing, still in survival mode, still measuring every breath against the next wave. Your seed is evidence that the other side is real, that the breathing does become different, that the living does return, that the fear does stop controlling the steps. As you give, bring with you the first thing you felt when the weight began to lift, the specific moment when surviving started to feel like it might become living again. Place that moment inside your seed. Let what began in you become what begins in someone else. What I am praying over every seed, the breath that is still held, the person still bracing, still waiting for the next wave, still unable to fully exhale because survival mode does not yet know it is over. The restoration still in progress, the part of someone's life that has not yet felt the shift. The area still carrying the old weight, even as other things begin to lighten. The dream that was put down during the suffering, the desire that felt impossible to hold while surviving, that is now ready to be picked back up by someone who does not yet know they are allowed to reach for it again. The deepest fear on the other side of survival, that breathing again means lowering the guard, that living again means being hurt again, that the peace is a pause between seasons of pain rather than the beginning of something permanent. Stop holding your hands closed, waiting until every area of your life has shifted before you give from the new season. Measuring the seed against the restoration still in progress, holding back until the living feels more certain than the surviving, is the very thing that delays the moment when someone else's chest finally unclenches. Your restoration is not as fragile as the fear of losing it again has made it feel. I am also bringing a sense of fulfillment into your life that goes beyond external success. You will feel satisfied with who you are and the path you are on. This fulfillment will not depend on achievements or recognition, but on the peace and clarity you carry within you. It will allow you to enjoy your life without constantly seeking something more. This is because you are no longer attached to what no longer serves you. You are focused on what is ahead, and that focus makes it easier to leave the past behind. There is a new level of stability forming in your life that will support your continued growth. You will feel grounded, secure, and capable of handling whatever comes your way. This stability is not something that can be easily taken from you because it is built on the strength you have developed. Your life is no longer shaped by struggle, but by intention. You are making choices that align with your growth, taking steps that move you forward, and building a life that reflects your true self. This is the result of your transformation, and it will continue to unfold in ways that bring you peace and fulfillment. If this has become the space where the words that describe what you have been silently going through finally arrive, subscribe. Not to follow content, to stay inside the frequency. Every message that comes through here is a divine appointment, calibrated for the exact moment you need it. Missing one is not missing a video. It is missing the next word in a conversation that started before you found it. Think of the one person still inside the silence, still reading the delay as distance, still bracing in survival mode without knowing the bracing is almost over. Send this to them. not as advice. Your sending is the moment the word reaches them before they make a permanent decision based on a temporary season. Your share is not a forward. It is a prophetic act.